Hey everyone, Scott Nicholson with the Judy Nicholson Kidney Cancer Foundation, and I'm very excited to host our next patient support speaker series. This is number 3 in our new series that we started up this year. Today we have Kelly Johnson with us, who is a registered nurse, a certified yoga instructor, and a certified yoga nurse, which up until recently I wasn't sure was a thing, but the more I hear about it, it sounds amazing. So I'm a registered nurse.
Sure. Thanks, Scott, and thanks, Judy Nicholson Kidney Foundation, for hosting me. I have been a registered nurse for about 15 years now. It's hard to believe it's been that long. And my practice has mainly been in critical care and emergency room nursing, and that's a very intense environment. So I was looking and seeking for something that would balance that practice that I had, and I found yoga to bring that to me in a holistic manner, and was lucky to come across yoga nursing, which combines the modern science of nursing with the ancient wisdom of yoga to help nurses bring these therapies to patients who can benefit from the yoga poses, but might not be able to practice fully in a yoga studio as we see today.
Awesome. So, do you have any stories you can share about how yoga has helped your patients?
Sure. I currently teach yoga to a stroke support group. The numbers that come vary from 2 to 8 to 10 sometimes, and stroke patients are a little bit different than cancer patients because they're struggling with their immobility issues or weakness issues depending on what side of the stroke affected their bodies. So we're working a lot on balancing and getting them up out of chairs. Some of them are chair bound, but we're able to stand them with assistance, and they're able to work on their balancing, and we're seeing a lot of success with that. So.
Awesome. So is there a name for the set that you have today, or what's the plan for the set?
So I'll be walking us through a series of 7 poses. It's part of the yoga nurse postures that are taught. They're simple, safe, easy poses that anyone can do. They're chair-based, although we will be getting out of the chair at one point for a modification of downward dog. But they were designed to bring to people who may not be able to fully participate in yoga on the floor, but can still have the benefits of the yoga poses that I'm going to show you today.
Awesome. Well, why don't we get to the first yoga pose? So
we always start, we're going to center ourselves in our chair. So find a chair that's comfortable for you. Mine has arms, which is good for some of the poses. If yours does not have arms, that's fine too. We're going to place our feet firmly on the ground in front of us. You always want to ground yourself to Mother Earth and feel that strength beneath you. And then we'll gently just close our eyes and find our breath. So a lot of people don't know, but the main component of yoga is breathing. So if all you do is sit in your chair and breathe for these 15 minutes, then you've practiced yoga and you've done a great deal of good for your body. So I'm going to gently just lead us through that breath. So we'll close our eyes. Just take a minute to check in with your body. See where you might be having some pain or some tightness. Just acknowledge that right now and move on. And then we'll slowly just start inhaling through our nose. You want to expand your rib cage, pulling your diaphragm away from your belly, bringing your shoulders down. A lot of us carry our shoulders up by our ears, so you want to bring your shoulders down. And then we'll exhale that breath completely, working all the way from the bottom of your belly all the way out. We call this pranayama in yoga. Breath is life. Pranayama. So we'll inhale again. The mechanism of taking these deep breaths triggers the relaxation center in your brain. So you're already starting to relax just by taking these 2 deep breaths. Exhaling. Another big inhale. Exhaling fully. And we'll inhale one more time. And exhale. So So throughout this practice, you can keep your eyes closed if that's comfortable for you, or you can blink them open now. I'm just going to check in with our shoulders, because I think that's where a lot of us keep a lot of stress. So just maybe around your shoulders back a minute. And as we practice these poses, keep in check that we're not pinching our ears with our shoulders. So I'll start with a chair-seated mountain pose, and we will just inhale, and your arms are going to come up to the sky. If you don't have any neck problems or any previous neck injuries, you can look up here and open that pose up a little bit more. If you're not able to take your arms all the way up, you can do T-post arms. But we'll just inhale up. Again, taking those ribs away from your belly, stretching that spine straight up. If you want a little bit more advanced modification, you can lean back and look back a little bit here. But here is fine, and also here is fine. And we'll just exhale those arms back down. I'm going to scoot a little bit up so my arms can hit. And then we'll inhale again. Looking up if that's comfortable for you. Separating ribs from belly. Exhale.
Can we do that one more time? I want to show them what the posture of your hands, because could you help explain like which way your palms should be pointing?
So when we inhale up, our palms are facing the sky and they come together. So you can make a pistol hand, or you can hold them here. Then when we exhale, we're just pushing the air out of our bodies by pushing our hands down to the earth.
Thank you.
So we'll inhale up one more time, looking up, and this time we're going to do a little side bend. So you'll grab your left wrist with your right hand, and we're just going to exhale to the side at whatever position is comfortable for you. We're just going to stretch this IT band in our side. Sometimes that gets really tight. And when you hold yoga poses for a length of time, then that gives those muscles time to stretch a little bit.
And you can go a little deeper into the pose.
Then you can breathe a little deeper. That's correct. And then we'll inhale straight up again. And grabbing your right wrist with your left hand, we'll exhale over. And just hold that pose for a minute. You can look up if you would like, or keep your head neutral. Inhale up one more time. We're going to take it over to the right. Exhaling. Breathing while you're in the poses. Don't hold your breath. And exhaling. We'll inhale up. Grabbing the other wrist, the opposite wrist, and exhaling sideways one more time. Breathing. And coming up to center, exhale, arms down. And just relax your shoulders a little bit. So we're going to move into a seated twist position. This position is good for detoxing your organs and increasing your lymphatic flow. So just start by grabbing an arm on the opposite side of your chair, and then grabbing the chair behind you. And you'll just inhale and then exhale and twist around. Again, if your neck is without injury, you can look behind you and take that pose a little deeper. If it's not here, is good as well. So you can see that we're twisting our trunk, and kind of like a wringing of the wash rag, you're wringing out your organs of toxins. And again, we just hold these poses for a few minutes to let our bodies settle into them. make a pose to where it hurts, but you want to kind of find the edge of a pose so that you work through that pose. And then we'll just inhale to the center again. Grab the opposite arm with the opposite hand and reaching to the back of your chair. You'll exhale, turn your head, twist the other way. Take 2 more breaths here. And exhaling, we'll come back to center. So now we will do a seated fold. So we'll inhale our arms back up to our mountain pose. Again, remember if your arms don't go up, they can come to T-pose here, or you can even hold them up front. If you don't want to use your arms at all for this pose, that's fine as well. I'll do all 3 modifications. But we will inhale. And then you might want to bring your legs about hips width apart. And then we're going to exhale to a point that's comfortable, dangling your head. So you want to make sure you bend from your hips in this pose. And let your head hang heavy here. You might shake your head, yes. And no, that might feel good on your neck. But if it doesn't, then just hang heavy.
Sink.
This is a modification as well if you cannot hang that heavy. Remember to breathe. And just inhale all the way back up. Or to this modification. Or just to this modification. And then we're going to exhale again into that. Hanging that head heavy, breathing.
It seems like, regardless of the modification, the most important thing is to expand your rib cage and to breathe deeply.
Breath.
Is that correct?
Breath is the main component of any yoga practice. So you could sit here and just breathe in. You would have practiced yoga if you do it with thought and conscious. So moving into our kind of leg poses from the chair. If you're used to sitting a lot, or if you do sit a lot, this pose is really good to get into your hips and kind of loosen them up. So we will just inhale our leg up. And it's nice here to do some ankle rolls while your leg is up. You can feel that release in the back of your hip. You might have snap, crackle, pops. Inhale, remembering to breathe here. Still retaining your good posture. Your ears should not be crouching to your shoulders, or your shoulders should not be crouching to your ears. Then just exhale that leg down. And we'll repeat on the opposite side. That's a big inhale up. Ankle rolls here. Exhale that down. So there's we'll do 2 modifications of this. If you're able to bring your leg to your knee, then that would be the main pose. But if not, you can just cross your leg right here. And then we will be inhaling up. And also exhaling down over to get deeper into that hip joint. So if your leg is up on here, you should feel that pretty good. And you may not be able to get as far as you did when you did the original forward fold, but you just want to get a little stretch in that back hip. And if you're here, same. Just want to bend over. And then inhaling up, we'll take it to the opposite side. So either here or ankle crossed here. Arms can come up. Inhale, and then just want to exhale over that leg. If you're able to do this pose, you get a deeper stretch for sure. So if you've ever watched yoga class or participated in a traditional yoga class, you'll see a lot of these poses are just modifications of what we do on the floor when we teach traditional yoga classes.
Where should they be feeling pressure when they're doing these? Not pressure as much as where should they feel the burn or feel the stretch? Like what parts?
So in this particular one we're working back here on the hip muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So you should feel that stretch in there. Depends on what pose we're doing. For the forward fold, we're just really lengthening the spine, creating space between your vertebrae, allowing that fluid to flow easier up and down your spine. That also enhances your lymphatic flow. It's particularly important in cancer patients because that's what takes the toxins out of your body. So we'll move on to kind of you're familiar with up dog and down dog in yoga. So in a chair pose, we do our up dog in this fashion. So you can either hold your hands on the arms of your chair. If you don't have arms on your chair, you can just put them by your hips. Then we just inhale our shoulders up. And look up if that's comfortable on your neck. If it's not, you can keep your head here. Just opening this chest up, allowing your heart to shine forward here. You may have heard this also. We call it cat-cow if we're on the ground. So we do roll your shoulders in here, chin tucks down. Everything becomes a little ball. And then we inhale. Chest shines forward proudly. Shoulders are back. And then just exhale back into your little ball. And inhale here. And keeping your shoulders away from your ears. I think that's what yoga has done the most for me, is improve my posture. I think about keeping my shoulders away from my ears all the time now. And then inhale here. So this is a one time we're going to get out of the chair if you're able to. If not, then you can just sit and observe this pose. But it's a modification of our downward dog, and you've seen that in a traditional yoga class where we're on the mat doing the downward dog, but you can actually use the back of your chair here. And you want to step about shoulders width apart away from the chair. We'll just inhale here, and then when you exhale, you use the chair for your balance, and you just push your chest towards your knees here. That should feel a really good stretch in your back, across your shoulders, and also in your triceps and biceps. Here, in your quads, back here. It's a good stretch for the whole body, actually. So just take a few breaths here.
Each time you exhale, you want to sink a little deeper into it?
Yes, if you can. Inhale, walk up, and we'll take this moment while we're standing to do a little balance but pose. So you can either put your ankle on, or your foot on your ankle, you can move it up to your knee or above your knee if that's comfortable. Using this chair for a balance, when we work with stroke patients, we're trying to move them from using the chair to just having the balance. But the chair is always an option here. So this is good for your brain function as well, because it teaches your brain to think in a different hemisphere than it normally would when you're balancing on a different leg and one is not engaged. So it causes your brain to fire in a different way than it normally would. So a lot of these poses are good for dementia patients or patients with early stages of Alzheimer's. And then we'll just gently place that foot back on the ground. We'll face our chair back again. We'll do another downward dog, exhaling here. Coming to a position that's comfortable for your body. Truly, yoga is about your practice and what's comfortable for you, and you do not have to look like the person next to you or me or anyone else doing yoga. Your pose is going to look completely different than anyone else's pose. Again, we'll exhale and inhale deeply here 3 times. Gently coming up, moving too fast. And we'll take that balancing pose on the opposite side. So whichever leg you didn't use, you'll engage this time and either place your heel on your ankle, your knee, or if you can get it on your thigh, that's good as well. If you're able to move away from the chair, and you'll find that each side of your body is a little different. I was better on my other leg than I am on this leg today, so I will use the chair. Take some breaths here as well. Always want to keep breathing. I think throughout our busy days we take really short, quick breaths, and we never take the time to stop and actually breathe and cleanse our lungs deeply. Chair. So that kind of concludes the series of 7 poses before we go into the final pose, or Savasana. Has there been any questions?
We've brought them up as they came.
Okay. So this is my favorite part of yoga. It's, a lot of people call it corpse pose or final relaxation if you're in a
Oh yeah,
yoga
this was
class.
always my favorite part too.
So in the chair, we're just going to find ourselves comfortably in the chair. Lean your back against the back. Again, relax your shoulders. I'll just walk you through a simple meditation exercise, and then we will have our final relaxation. So again, you can gently blink your eyes shut if that's comfortable for you. If you don't want to close your eyes, that's fine as well. Again, we'll start with our breath. So we're just going to take a couple of those deep breaths. Pranayama. Inhale. Another way to get that good breath is when you exhale, we call it Darth Vader breathing, that you'll breathe out your vocal cords and make kind of that. Let's see if I can do it loud enough. And that helps push all that extra air out of your lungs. So when you have a class full of yoga students, it can get kind of loud when they're breathing like that. So again, we're just relaxed in our chairs. Keep focusing on that breath. And I want you to squinch your toes as tight as you can. Really ball your feet up in a big ball. Make them tight as you can. And relax. And tighten those calf muscles. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Tight as you can. And relax those. And move into our thighs. We're going to tighten, tighten, tighten our thighs. Make them as tense as you can here. Remember, breathe. relax. Move into your buttocks. You want to tighten the butt cheeks, tighten them as tight as you can. Hold that tight and relax. And move to our hands. Make a big fist in your hands. Tighten those hands. Tight, tight, tight. Relax. Like our forearms and our biceps, just tighten. Tight as you can. And relax. Move into our belly. You want to tighten your belly. Bear down. Just make all those muscles really tense in your belly. That's it. And then just relax. Move into our shoulders. This time you can push them up around your ears. Tighten the shoulders as tight as you can. Scrunch them all up in there. And then relax. Move into our back. So you're going to arch your back. Make muscles all tight in your back. Tight, tight, tight. And relax. So move into your face. You want to make a big, scrunchy, ugly face. Tighten those cheeks and close those eyes.
Lemon face.
And then relax. So now I just invite you to take another survey of your body. Hopefully you're feeling more relaxed at this point. If you're still having any pain or aches, just acknowledge those. Just focus on your breathing. Move into the final relaxation. Just try to be still. If any thoughts pop into your head, just acknowledge them and then let them move on. Slowly bringing life back to our bodies, blinking your eyes open if they're shut, wiggling your fingers and toes. And the shoulders a little roll again. And take your right ear to your right shoulder. That's comfortable. Back ahead to back. Left ear, left shoulder. Chin to chest here. Inhale one more time up. Exhale, and our hands come to heart center. And the light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much, Kelly. I feel better already. If anyone is interested in learning more about yoga and yoga nursing in particular, is there a good website, or is Google still the best resource for them?
You can go to yoganursing.com.
There we go, yoganursing.com. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Kelly. Let me switch the camera around here. I'm just feeling peaceful and at ease. And I want to thank everyone for joining in for our Patient Speaker Support Series. We have another one coming up next week with Dr. Winston Tan from the Mayo Clinic, who's going to be answering your questions as well. So we look forward to seeing you there. And everyone, y'all have a great day. Thanks again.